What's going on?
So I definitely want to start off asking you, like, how is it like being an independent artist? Do you prefer being independent or like working with like a record label like Warner Brothers or something like that?
I mean, that's a good question. I really prefer being independent right now. You know, the more independent you are, the more freedom you have. You get with a record label or anything like that. At the moment, this time of my career, you know, it's more like more of a structure, more of a, I wouldn't say in a cage, but you're more limited of doing things. But you being independent, you kind of set your own goals and your own, you know, stability basically in the industry. So not that I've been approached with any offers, but
yeah.
But if I did, I would probably have to severely think about whether I wanted to be independent or with a label or not. You know.
So what's the grind been like for you? How long have you been doing this rapping and stuff? I've
been rapping since I was 9. Cool. You know, and I'm 24, so you know we can all do the math there. And you know, it's been a crazy grind. I really wish I started taking it more seriously in high school. I feel like I would be at a different plateau right now.
Yeah.
But you know, just in the past few years, I really hit the ground running, trying to stay local and do things. But now I'm kind of branching out and utilizing social media skills to really like get me out there. So the grind is really difficult. Had to be persistent and consistent. Those are two things. Call it the PC rule. So persistence and consistency will get the dream done, you know.
So what's the writing process like? Like, do you write most of your songs, and like, how long does it take to get a song done? Does some of them take a couple months or a day? Like, how is that writing process for you?
That's a good question as well. Honestly, it takes me. I write all my songs, all my music. You know, if I need any, you know, help in trying to structure a verse, I may reach out to, you know, one of my friends, something like, how do you think I should go about this, or how do you feel about this flow? But that's rare. I kind of just go with my gut and just rock out with the song, and I always have like that really good feeling about my music. Now, believe it or not, you know, it could take me about 20 minutes to write a song. Not even that sometimes. If I really feel the beat and I'm like, yo, I gotta write it now, it'll get done in like 10 minutes, no lie. But you know, it takes me a few months to perfect it though. To perfect the sound, the flow, what words need to be added or taken out. You know, the mixing process and the mastering. I mean, the song I just released called Swerving to You, I've been working on that since January, and it's July 1st. So I've been working on that for 7 months now, trying to perfect that sound, you know? So that's basically the process, but normal rap songs where I'm not really like doing too much auto-tune singing, I can pretty much lay that down and take about a couple weeks to work on it and have it out pretty much, so.
All right, now we're gonna flip it a little bit. So today, right, who are your favorite, like, just give me your top 5 rappers today in the game in mainstream media right now?
Top 5 rappers that I'm inspired by?
Or that you're just feeling?
It would definitely be, I mean, it's pretty much what everybody else is going for. I mean, I would say Kendrick. Everybody can really agree that he's like the modern day Tupac movement. You know, J. Cole, Drake, you know, I still gotta throw Hove in there because even the verses that he just put out recently was like fire. And Kanye, I mean, there's more, but that would definitely be like the first top 5 that come to mind. But that's like my top, but for who I'm inspired by, believe it or not, it'll be like Post Malone and Schoolboy Q in The Game. Okay. Those are like my 3 top, like, where my music is inspired by.
Got you.
You know, so.
So going back before that, so can you give me your top 5 like rappers that are? It could be like dead, or you could just say like in the past. So like 80s, 90s, to early 2000s. Can you think about your top 5 rappers throughout that time?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm not gonna say Tupac and Biggie, believe it or not, because you know I did grow up in that era, but you know I have other people that I was inspired by more than them. More like Busta Rhymes, Eminem. I mean, I guess I could throw Biggie in there. I was more inspired in Biggie than I was Tupac. Definitely Jay-Z growing up, and you know, local people like Freeway and things like that. You know, like kind of like that underground type, grimy type rap is what I grew up on. So that'd be like my top 5.
You're actually one of our first rappers to say that Pac is not in your list at all.
I respect him. I love his music. You know what I'm saying? I really don't even like to put Tupac or Biggie in my category because, you know, it's so redundant. they're legends, don't get me wrong, but they're not really the ones who solely inspire me.
Okay.
Take Freeway out. I would say Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Lil Wayne was a big part of my music career growing up. So not so much now, but you know.
Yeah. So throughout your career, you want to become known as just Dez. Like you want people to know who you are, and you don't want to be in anybody's shadow.
Not at all. You know, and one of the things, you know, that people have been telling me is like I have my own sound. You know, even like I have a very small group of people that I send my music out to before I release it, and kind of get their opinions, and they all say every song sounds different, and they can't compare me to nobody. Which is, you know, like sometimes I hear this like crazy dope Schoolboy Q song, and I'm like, oh, I started like writing, and you know, to me when I'm writing, I'm thinking about Schoolboy Q and how he approached it, but the song never comes out sounding like Schoolboy, which is a good thing, you know. But yeah, I don't want to have to be compared to sound like nobody.
Yeah. All right, and the next thing is, so about this whole rap thing today, right? A lot of old school fans, I guess like myself, it's like I respect Kendrick and things and people like that today, and like lyricists, but it's definitely hard sometimes for me to listen to somebody like a Future or somebody, because sometimes I can't really understand what they're saying, or like I understand, like, yeah, if I go to the club or something, I'm definitely gonna dance to the ladies to that song or whatever, get some girls and everything, but like I can't like just sit in my room and bang to it like I can with Biggie, Pac, or Busta Rhymes. Like if I'm listening to the lyrics and just understanding, getting a nice flow, sometimes I can't bang to it. Right. Do you have certain feelings about that too as well? Like
I have. That's a good question. I have really strong. I don't really want to say negative, but I have really strong feelings towards hip hop today. Yeah. I'm definitely like Future. You know what I mean? That whole hard auto-tune rap, and you know, you don't really know what he's saying, and things of that nature. Or there's like a lot of like new artists where I'm like, what are you talking about? Like it's really taking this whole like crazy swag, left field thing, which is okay. Hip hop is evolving constantly. You still got your conscious rappers, your lyricism. You got street rappers, you got club rappers, whatever. But the media around that Future type rap is what I would never be involved in, and I'm not really involved in it. I appreciate his artistry and all of their artistries. I'm sure they're hard workers at what they do. But I'm not with it, bro.
No, definitely.
I'm not with it.
I about that, man. All right, and so like you said, you started since you was 9. And do you remember that first day when you was like, okay, man, I'm gonna rap? Like, do you remember that first day that inspired you to, or that first person that just said, yo, I'm gonna be Dez Mason, I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna start doing this whole thing right here?
Okay, it's gonna be hard to make this a long story short, but
okay, that's fine.
My mom always listened to Tupac, like constantly. And you know, she had this feeling when she listened to Tupac, like this really good vibe. She would rap all of that. I'm like, yo, I want to make my mom feel like that, you know? Like I want my mom to like read my stuff and feel good about what I'm writing. Yeah. So I actually wrote a poem for her, and she really loved it. I started writing more poetry, and then I was like, man, like, you know, I started performing like different Tupac songs for her in the living room like crazy. And I was like, man, I'm gonna take one of these poems, and I just kept reciting it faster and faster. I was like, yo, I'm rapping right now. Yo, this is crazy. So I turned like most of my poems into raps, and I realized how like persuasive hip hop can be. So like my first song was called All Stars, when I was trying to convince my dad to give me some Converse. I was like 9. I didn't get them, so I don't know if the song was good or not. I guess it wasn't good enough. My dad doesn't like hip hop, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I mean that was that moment when I saw like that look on my mom's face, and I was like, Ma, I got you. I started rapping to her, you know, like little kid shit, you know, like I love you, Mom, and da-da-da, you know, crazy stuff. So, you know, once I realized I gave her that feeling, I just, you know, went to my dad's like basement, and I started like stealing all his like little cassette tapes and like recording over his R&B tapes, and just started rapping like 50 Cent and like Eminem and stuff like that, trying to get like my lyricism up. It was crazy, man, but it was pretty dope. It was a good experience.
What's up? All right, so what was the process like, right, from SoundCloud And so I was really waiting for y'all to go on iTunes and stuff because I love financially supporting people through that paper. You know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to get that business and that money up. So I definitely understand that. So what was the process like from going to SoundCloud and like going straight to iTunes? So for any young rappers, if you want to get them advice on how to get straight to iTunes and Google Play and all that, how do you do that?
My advice: SoundCloud is a great platform for starters. You know, but people have to realize they're not really going to generate any revenue off of SoundCloud. So one of the things that they have to realize is, you know, just do your research. You know, there's different distribution companies and things that you can do to get your name out there in order to qualify to get on iTunes and Google Play and things like that. But it really just takes the consistency. The hardest part that artists lack, what I've realized, is like the business mindset. In order to get those things on iTunes and Google Play and Tidal and things of that nature, you have to have that business mindset. It involves contracts. Whoever you're buying those production beats from, you know, you have to sign contracts down. Royalties get involved. You have to have different accounts to track your money and things of that nature. So it's really, really hard. But once you kind of get your feet wet in that and then get that business mindset, it gets a little more fluent and you'll start being, you know, a little more conscious about little details that you need to work on. But really, you know, it just takes focus, money, and business relationships, you know.
Just to like give us like a small 30-second freestyle or whatever for the fans or just for the audience in the documentary.
I could do that. I'm on the outlook and then trying not to get involved, man. You see, I'm a rebel, right? I don't get involved with the law, man. Why every rapper ballin'? What's the point of balling? You ain't scoring. I just played it and I dealt, man. So you know that means I'm all in. The world said it need change, so you know I'm scrambling the world, but on my shoulders, I don't know if I can handle it. Since I got control, part of me wanna dismantle it. I eat way too much, I'm about to handle it. With a little Gretel, trying to hold it all together, trying to hold the Bible instead of holding the metal, but right now I don't have it all together. Voice my only weapon, liquor and weed just bring leverage. Been in the car, don't know where I'm headed, but you heard that story, pick it apart. Notice the importance, but I digress. Know it's hard to digest and put more weight on the bench, so I press. Try and get my weight up. I know niggas still got weight tucked. I've been down, I'm just trying to get my Drake up and get way, way up. Trying to get blessed, but I've been stressed, so I pull up and drink up. Like spliffs, hate feeling like this. The abyss, man, I might drift into darkness. This is hard shit. I resort to a fifth of that hard shit, especially when I go through hardships. They say I'm Cudi, J. Cole, and Kanye with my own twist. And with that said, I don't need to pussy, bitch, I'm on my own dick. Wait, let me describe that last part. That was a Kanye song on Power. And when I be rapping that last part, they be like, why are you saying that in your song? So, just to describe that part, but that's a little snippet.